Welcome back to Talk of the Town. Using the term etiquette used to bring back old-fashioned things like table manners and proper attire, but lately, etiquette expert and author Jacqueline Whitmore helps major companies and individuals deal with things like annoying cell phone habits. And boy, you want to talk about a hot button issue right there. Good to have you with us. You're from the Florida area, so good to have you with us here in Nashville right now. And yeah, that's a big thing. We go everywhere and folks have them. Used to be that they were mindful about it in church and in funerals, but those things are now going off. So talk about a couple of things. Number one, be alert, right?
Yes. Have you ever been in a restaurant and you see a couple on a date and both of them are having a date with their cell phone and not with each other? Yes. So I think it's important to put people first and technology second. Okay. And there's a lot of cell phone etiquette tips that go along with that.
Couple of things is, all right, for example, if a phone call comes in, excuse yourself if you're expecting a phone call that just cannot be postponed.
Yes. Well, you first want to get all your phone calls out of the way before you have dinner with your friends or family. Yes. But if you're expecting an important phone call, alert your companions ahead of time. When the call comes in, you step away from the table and take the call in private.
All right, so not there where everybody can hear what's going on.
And not in the restroom, no, and keep the call brief.
All right. And also in that same manner, as far as not just the phone call, but texting as well, because especially with the younger generation, they text more than they talk. So it's a similar deal. Don't sit at the table and text.
That's right. You don't want to make anyone feel like they're less important. You want to make people feel very important, and that's why I always stress, give someone your undivided attention.
All right. Now, one of the things that can happen, too, is that a lot of folks, mine's on vibrate, but a lot of folks love the fancy or unique cell phone tones. Talk about that.
The ringtones.
The ringtones,
which can be so annoying to some people. I'm like you. I put my cell phone on vibrate. Sometimes I just turn it off completely, especially in a job interview situation. Leave it in the car. Take a cell phone break once in a while.
Yeah, because if you're in church and a Beyonce song goes off as your ringtone.
Yes, churches, funerals. Yes. I was once getting a massage one day, and the massage therapist's phone rang, and she took the call while she was massaging my shoulders.
Wait a minute, this is my time. You're supposed to relax in me at this point.
Exactly.
All right, let's talk about, you say there are actually 3 times when it's permissible to take a phone out on a date.
Yes.
All right, talk about those 3.
To take a picture, to show a picture, maybe you have a new puppy or a new baby. Okay. And also, if you have a perplexing question and you want to Google the answer, that might be a nice time to also take it out.
Now, when we take pictures, a lot of times people want to go to social media, whether it's a Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, but that in itself has also become a huge issue with folks today. Talk about a couple of tips as far as social media etiquette are concerned.
It's important to be aware of what you're putting out there on social media because people make judgments about us. For example, I'm teaching young people in colleges and universities to be very mindful what they put on Facebook, because employers are now starting to scan Facebook and Twitter and Instagram to see what this person is really like. And so you have to be careful. Once you put it out there, you can't take it back.
Even if you delete it, it's still there.
It's still there, yes. And I always say definitely don't put a public rant out there. Be aware of how your public image comes across to other people.
All right, I guess one great tip on that is if it's rude in person to say it, then it's still rude on social media.
Yes, that's a great point. You definitely don't want to come across as rude.
And you have to be careful with this, especially because people have lost their jobs on this. And if you've happened to be on a social media site that you think is yours, but it may be through the company, it's still the company's domain and information.
Yes, that's right. You have to be even more aware of what you put out there about your company, because even though you may not think your boss is following you, co-workers could be, and they could report you.
And people have lost their jobs over that.
Yes, be careful.
Yes, great information. Thank you very much for being with us today.
Thank
You will find more great tips in Jacqueline's book, Poised for Success, and we'll link you to her website, etiquetteexpert.com. Back with more Talk of the Town after this.